Dodgers are coming home after a sweep in Colorado. Tyler Glasnow may be days away from returning, and Kyle Tucker might finally be showing signs of life. We'll also talk bullpen struggles, the latest Edwin Díaz injury update, Tanner Scott taking over the ninth, and preview the Pirates series with a special guest who knows the Dodgers well. All that and more on today's episode. This is Blue Dynasty Unplugged.
It's time for Dodger baseball.
Start the party, Los Angeles! Your Dodgers have won the World Series. Beat the champ. You gotta knock 'em out. The Dodgers cement their dynasty.
Welcome back to Blue Dynasty Unplugged, the number one place for Dodgers fans to get the latest news on your Los Angeles Dodgers. I'm your host, George Contayanis, known as the Aussie Dodger, and I'm joined by my co-hosts, Sammy B, Priscilla Perez, and Bobby Hainline. Robert is out for today's episode, so we're going to hold it down and keep the Dodgers conversation rolling. How are we all feeling?
Good. I'm just hopefully I can stay here. My computer crashed earlier. I thought I had it fixed and it crashed, when I jumped in. So I'm just crossing my fingers that I'm staying here.
Awesome. You're good for now. So let's hope that continues. Today we're joined by Coach Berokoff, also known as Mark Berokoff. He's a Dodgers content creator, baseball voice based in Oklahoma, also the host of the Ravine Rundown podcast, and a former contributor to the Dodgers Daily podcast, bringing a strong OKC perspective as a pitch clock operator for the Oklahoma City Comets, the Dodgers AAA affiliate. His background goes well beyond baseball content. Berokoff is an accomplished basketball coach who has won multiple championships, including 3 national titles at Randall University, and has also worked in entertainment as a former slam ball coach and basketball coordinator for the movie Coach Carter. Coach, we appreciate you joining us. Before we get into the Dodgers topics, tell the audience a little bit about yourself, the Ravine Rundown, and how you got so connected with the Dodgers community.
Yeah, first off, thanks for having me. You guys have been somebody I've been keeping my eye on for a while. The positivity, I love listening to you guys. You guys love the Dodgers, and how I got into the Dodgers. Let's just say I'll age myself. I'm 52. I've been a Dodger fan for 52 years. I grew up in Los Angeles. I was born a Dodger fan. My dad went to Dodger games, saw Sandy Koufax throw a no-hitter in left field. I love the Dodgers. I grew up going to Dodger games. 81 and 88 are my favorite teams. I worked for the Oklahoma City Dodgers, or the Comets, the AAA team, doing the pitch clock. Kind of fell into the social media stuff. I don't know. I just was on my personal account always talking about the Dodgers, and somebody said, "Man, I love your takes. Why don't you come on our podcast?" And that one thing led to like an every Sunday type deal. And then a company found me and liked what I was doing, and I got picked up by Sideline Sports and started the Ravine Rundown. And I don't know. I'm just always looking for Dodger fans that are positive, that just don't want to hate on our team. And you guys, I kind of just struck up a conversation with Robert and started following you guys and responding to you guys. And I said, would love to be on just to talk Dodger baseball with good people. So that's my background, and here we are.
Yeah, that's awesome. Awesome. Thank you for jumping on again. So we have a lot to get into today, but before we get started, here's a quick word from our sponsor, Malachite Media.
Modern marketing isn't built on guesswork anymore. It's built on data. Malachite Media uses intent data to reach people based on what they're searching, what they're shopping for, and even what they're watching. Helping businesses reach the right audience across Google, social media, streaming TV, and more. Start your digital growth with Malachite Media today.
Alrighty, Coach, since you're joining us at an interesting point in the season, let's start with the big picture. The Dodgers just swept the Rockies in Colorado. Now they're coming home. There are still real questions around the bullpen injuries and October roles. Where are you at, and how are you feeling with this team right now?
I think we were talking off air about it. The Dodgers seem to go through these ups and downs right about now, and I'm okay. the Dodgers still have we're a half a game out of the Milwaukee for the best record in baseball, and we've been injury depleted all season long. And everybody, we're talking about the bullpen. It stinks that Edwin Díaz went down with the injury. I like, the comments that they said the MRI was a positive thing. I'm okay. I mean, you're going to get Blake Trinan's coming back, right? You got Vesia. Dreyer's looking good here of late. Tanner Scott. I mean, I wrote down his numbers. I mean, I'm sure you guys know this, but Tanner Scott's been pitching the ball great. I mean, last 15 games, a 1.32 ERA, 14 Ks. You got to really feel good about Tanner Scott right now. I feel okay about it. I know it's such a focus right now on the Dodgers bullpen, but like you guys are going to probably talk about it more in depth. You get Glasnow coming back. Sheehan just came back to help the bullpen. I mean, what are we going to do with Roki, Robo? So I'm okay with our bullpen, right? And I hopefully you guys are too. I'm having a feeling you guys are going to be okay with it, but that's my feeling on it.
Absolutely, 100%. Anybody got, I guess, any concerns or anything after that Rocky series? Sam, I know you mentioned a couple of things about the offense and where that's at.
Yeah, I think that I still think that the Dodgers have some work to do on the bullpen. Obviously, giving up a lot of runs to the Rockies this last series was not very fun to watch, considering the caliber of team that they are. But I did see that the offense obviously was coming back to life. We saw Kyle Tucker and his hitless streak for, I think it was over 23 or something like that. Mookie Betts starting to heat up again. Shohei Ohtani with the 2 homers. So offense is kind of starting to pick it up. Perfect series to do it. But yeah, the bullpen is struggling. They're really having a hard time getting those 2 outs. They're good. They'll get the 2 outs within 2 pitches. But getting that 3rd out for them without allowing any runs to score has been so hard for them. So that's just something they need to pick up. The pitch command was okay. So yeah, I'm not worried about the Dodgers at all. Like you said, this is something that they go through every single year, and it just happens to always occur in late July, early August. So I have no doubt that this team is still going to three-peat, even with the injuries that we have right now. I'm very, very, very positive about them being able to get the 3rd championship.
Yeah, 100%. And we know that this team can really flip a switch when it matters most. And that's what they've proven, and I've got no doubt that they can do it again. So I guess what matters more over the next 2 weeks, getting healthy or defining bullpen roles? We'll go with you, Priscilla.
Yeah, it was something that we were discussing in regards to the bullpen. I think that with Edwin Díaz out, I don't want to call it a positive. Obviously, we never want our players to be injured, but bringing Tanner Scott in as a closer definitely showed us what he can do to close the game. And he's been doing a great job at it. So I think that if Edwin Díaz is to come back, hopefully soon, and get back into that rotation, maybe put him 7th, 8th inning, depending on when the pitcher, the primary pitcher is out. Same with Vesia. He's able to get those couple of outs, but it just seems like they struggle a little with the actual closing 9th inning, 3rd out, 9th inning, where Tanner Scott seems to have gotten into that role and definitely dominated it. So that's something that I would like to see, is for Tanner Scott to continue as the closer, because it seems like it's been positive with him, as opposed to a few of the other guys in the bullpen. We've been giving up those runs, and it's nice that we were up 11-2, but that's not an excuse to give up 3, 4, 5, 6 runs. It's not an excuse to give up 10 runs. You want to get those 3 outs. You want to close the game, especially in the last 2-3 innings. So I think Tanner Scott is definitely the guy that I want to see, especially with what he's been doing lately.
Yeah, 100%. I think, and there's a saying that goes, if it's not broken, don't fix it. And that's kind of where I guess most of us feel with Tanner Scott being the closer. So, Bobby, we'll come to you. How do you feel right now with where everything's at?
I feel encouraged, because we had the same thing last year where we were struggling, and we go into Colorado. Last year, going into Colorado, we had just gotten swept by the Angels, And so nothing could be more demoralizing than being swept by the Angels. So we go into Colorado, they turn the whole thing around, and we start building momentum for October. I think that's what we're doing right now. Kyle Tucker, he's showing signs of life now. Mookie had a great game yesterday. We just need to get Teo going a little bit. He did show. I don't know what the heck happened with that fly ball last night, whether he lost it in the lights or whether the ball just sailed on him with the thin air. But we need to get him going. And hopefully hopefully Doc kicked him in the butt last night. So anyway, I'm feeling pretty good. I think we're going to do the same thing. We're going to start building momentum into October. And just a second, Coach, did I hear you say your father watched Sandy Koufax pitch a no inning from left field?
Yeah, he was in the left field bleachers. Yeah, that's just.
It's so hard to pitch a no hitter, but to pitch a no hitter from the left field bleachers, that's quite a feat. Sorry, that was a bad joke. That was a bad joke. Anyway, okay, I'll shut up now.
No, absolutely. And I think, look, Teo must have had a word told to him, whether that was by Dave or one of the other coaches, because the 10th inning base running was a lot better, a lot more intent. I thought that was an improvement, as opposed to the defense he showed. But yeah, that's a good snapshot of where the team is at. Before we get deeper into Dodgers news, I want to hit something Blue Dynasty related, because the Idaho Takeover watch party was a huge moment for the community, and it was a huge success. It was packed, busy, sold out. Energy was great, and it showed how strong the Dodgers community is outside of Los Angeles, especially. Yeah. Bobby, since you were there, what does it say about this fan base? And I guess, that a Dodgers watch party in Idaho can turn into that kind of event.
Yeah, it was great. The energy was just out of this world. It almost felt like being at Dodger Stadium. People were there an hour before the game. They were there before we could even start setting up. And the funny thing is, we even had people buy tickets from somebody else online, like a scalper, and they tried to charge them an extra $15 to transfer the name over. And we're like, no, you don't have to do that. Just let us know who you got the tickets from. We'll cross the name off. And yeah, it's a shame that the Dodgers couldn't pull out the win there. But we made a lot of people happy. We gave out a lot of great prizes. That Vince Scully canvas painting portrait, it's just beautiful. So a big thank you for Drip Sports for donating that. And kids came away with T-shirts, and ladies came away with hoodies, and everyone went home happy, I think, pretty much.
That's awesome. Yeah, and I think it's great that it obviously has a family feel to it as well, and not just do some shots, get loose. I'm sure there was a bit of that too, but of course the children were playing with other children, and but it was great. We're going to do another one in October. And we're going to set a time that I'm available, so I'll be up there for that too. And be sure if you're in Idaho and you want to take part in it, get your tickets from Blue Dynasty. We're going to have a website eventually. I think Robert is working on that, but contact Robert. He'll give you the information to get the tickets. Don't be getting them from anybody else. We want everything to be. We want you to come and not get ripped off. So that's it. Absolutely. Yeah, I guess how important is it to keep doing these in-person events and really create that fan community?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Like I said, it was a lot of fun. I went in there not expecting it to. And I don't know what my expectations were. I saw the video, but I mean, we had people that we had so many people that they had to sit outside of the room, and they were having their own little Dodger party out there. So yeah, it was great. I had such a great time, and yeah, I can't wait to go to the next one.
That's awesome. And Coach, we'll ask you from your perspective, how valuable are fan communities for keeping people connected to a team?
Well, it just like shows how popular you guys are. I mean, if you could do something like that in Idaho, that's pretty cool. I mean, I've been to Idaho like once in my life. We played at Washington State last year, and we went into Moscow. I don't even where in Idaho was it? I mean, if there's Dodger fans in Idaho, that's pretty cool. But I think that's a testament to all you guys and how good you guys are on this, and it shows how strong the Dodger fan base is. So I'm pumped for you guys. That's pretty cool listening to this.
No, absolutely. 100%. Awesome. So, yeah, that community piece is a huge part of what we're trying to build here at Blue Dynasty. So, for now, let's get back on the field and talk about Tyler Glasnow's rehab outing. So, Sam, we'll go with you. Tyler Glasnow looked dominant in what could be his final rehab start. And where would he fit into this rotation for the remainder of the season?
Yeah, coming from, I saw him, as you know, here at Single A Tower Buzzers game. He looked really good there. He was dotting the corners. He was throwing fast, and he has not stopped since he started doing really well in Oklahoma City. Like you said last night, or I believe it was 2 days ago, last night or 2 days ago, 9 strikeouts. So yeah, he's really feeling the ball. I'm very excited for Glasnow to rejoin the team. It is about time. And I do think that he will ease back into this rotation pretty well, considering his reputation for the last 4 starts. And I see obviously Roki Sasaki probably going into the bullpen. Eric Lauer obviously will also be going to the bullpen, so he will be on my top. I would like to see him top 4 rotation. I don't know if this is controversial, but obviously I would rather see Glasnow over Ohtani starting in a postseason game. That's just me personally. Nothing against Ohtani, the greatest person in the world. Yeah, as we know, the injuries and whatnot. So yes, Tyler Glasnow, I see him fitting in right with Snell, Skubal, and who knows after that? Oh, Yamamoto, obviously. Duh, Yamamoto is the first one to go. So yeah, those are my 4: Yamamoto, Snell, Glasnow, and yeah. That's it. Sorry, I'm trying to be on the spot right now, but that's it.
So Skubal's not in there?
Skubal was in there. See, sorry, that's the one I missed at the last. So Snell,
okay.
Skubal, Glasnow, and yeah, so we're good.
Okay,
we're good.
Cool.
Absolutely. Yeah, we'll go with you, Priscilla. Where do you see, and what is your playoff rotation as well? Where do you see Glasnow being a part of it?
I definitely piggyback off of Sammy minus the Shohei Ohtani, dart that she threw there. No, I'm just kidding. No, honestly, I do think that it's a good rotation, what she called out. Yamamoto number 1, Skubal, Glasnow, and then we'll see who's 4th. But again, I always say Dodgers are playing chess, not checkers, and I think that Glasnow is going to be one of their key returning pitchers. And it's going to go up from there. I mean, hopefully it doesn't go down because there's not much more down you can go. But again, we saw things going well. And I think that with Glasnow coming back, hopefully with the Atlanta, maybe Detroit, series is what we were discussing. He'll return. And I think that he's going to have a great return.
Yeah, absolutely. They're potentially looking at starting him in Atlanta, I believe, which is a big series. I think if we can get a win in that series, that I reckon all but seals a 1 or 2 seed spot. And the Braves also have a tough run home as well. So, come to you, I guess. What's the biggest question with Tyler Glasnow? Is it health, command, energy, stamina? What do you reckon?
Yes, for me, I'm sorry. Sorry. So I've got a dog up here named Dodger and Avalon. If you know anything about Catalina, that's Avalon. My other dog, Mookie Betts, is barking. Sorry. First off, I had Glasnow a couple nights ago. Well, not a couple nights ago. I don't remember last time. I had him on the pitch clock. So I was able to pitch clock Glasnow at the Oklahoma City game. And Alex, the guy that does play-by-play for the TV, and I were texting, and you know what? You don't see a rehab outing like Glasnow had. I mean, he looked like he was in great form. And I texted Alex last night after Glasnow win. I said, "Well, how'd he look?" And he said, "He looked really, really good." And you just don't see that a lot in rehab starts from Dodgers. So I like what you guys are talking about. I think Snell, Glasnow, Yamamoto, and Skubal. That's a foursome or whatever. I hope I got my math right. Those guys are tough. I mean, if they are feeling good and healthy, I mean, Yamamoto's obviously your number one, right? Glasnow, Skubal, Snell. That's a tough four.
Yeah.
In a 7-game series. I mean, if those guys are firing on all cylinders, we could talk all about the hitting problems that we're having and not moving runners over. But if those five guys are looking good, and then, yeah, I mean, Ohtani, like, who knows what he's going to give us? Like, I'm with you, Sam and guys, but I mean, to have Ohtani as like your maybe guy, I mean, for a while there, he was a Cy Young pace, right? Before all the knee stuff. But Glasnow, I got to see him in person. I got to see him firsthand. I was on the pitch clock with him. He looks like he's ready. I mean, that fastball he was dotting that fastball, and it's exciting.
Yeah, no, absolutely, 100%. So, yeah, obviously Glasnow is giving us encouraging signs, which is great. And there may finally be a little hope on the offensive side too, specifically with Kyle Tucker. Bobby, we'll come to you on Kyle Tucker. It has been rough for him and fans have been frustrated, but he did have 2 hits on Wednesday and finally broke that long hitless streak in the Rockies series. Are you buying this as the start of something, or do you feel like you need to see something more?
I am seeing this as a start of something. I've said before that Kyle Tucker is struggling, and it's not going to do him any good for fans to be talking crap about him on social media or in the sports talk radio stations. I've heard from some social media content creators that they are all going to get behind Kyle Tucker. Everyone at Dodger Stadium tomorrow needs to show him a whole bunch of love. They need to give him a standing ovation, show him that we're 100% behind him. We know he's struggling, and we're gonna show him how much we care and that we're still behind him. He'll snap out of it. I know he will. It happens to everyone. We all hit our little slumps in life, and every athlete has to go through a slump one time or another. Unfortunately, it's come at a time, when we're heading toward the end of the season, and he will snap out of it. Though I have 100% confidence in him, and you could tell when he hit that double the other night, and he did that little thing like that. He could just tell all that weight just lift off of his shoulders. So yeah, I hope to see him get a couple base hits, hopefully a home run tomorrow, because he's the shot that I'm going to call later on today.
Beautiful, that's great. I love that. And Priscilla, from a fan perspective, how ugly has the, I guess, type of frustration gotten?
Yeah, I mean, we discussed this again the other day, and just as it's been growing, as his streak was growing and growing, we discussed the frustration. We've mentioned it before. Kyle Tucker was supposed to become part of the team and just supposed to be, hit the ground running. So as a fan, when everybody on social media is talking about like the Dodgers side championships, and you just expect him to come out and be this most amazing guy. But then you take all these other facts into consideration. He's going from one team to another as the greatest, and then now he's with back-to-back champions, and the standard is high. And then he's next to Ohtani, so he's got to raise his own bar. And then he's in a city, where he hasn't been before. He's across country, and now he's got to, get used to everything. All those dynamics take into play, but at the end of the day, this is your job, and this is what you're supposed to do, and the things that you're supposed to insert yourself into and shake it off. But as a fan, you want to see him win. It's frustrating not to. This guy's on the team that you're rooting for day in and day out. You know, I always say we bleed blue. So when you see one of yours not doing the greatest, and every time he comes up, it's kind of like, oh, here we go again. It is a little frustrating. But I will admit it is more frustrating when you are at Dodger Stadium and he's coming up and you're hearing the boos. That's something that I don't like. I will say it again. I don't like, no matter what his streak was, for me to stand up as a Dodger fan and boo him, that plays into what he's already struggling with. So I'm not for it, regardless of whether I agree or disagree with where he's at. Statistic wise, it's not something that I would do. Do I understand the frustration? Yes. But he does need our love and support, and he does need to know that we back him. So that's kind of my take on Kyle Tucker. I think he's going to bounce back, and I think he's going to continue to do better.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think obviously, yeah, we need these signs of life from him and obviously from the fans too. And let's hope he can find a bit of form at home as well. And I think, a standing ovation can really help that. Come to you, Coach. From a coaching perspective, what does a reset look like when a talented player is kind of fighting against themselves?
Well, first off, you guys are awesome because I've said it. I've been fortunate enough to be able to talk Dodger baseball for a long time. And like, if you follow me at all, I just don't understand why people don't want to be a positive about a team that you love and you follow. I get as fans, you have the choice to be what you want to be, and you could be any type of Dodger fan you want to be. I don't know. For me, I mean, I was just raised as being a Dodger fan, and those are my guys, and I'm going to root for them regardless if they're 0 for 50 and we're in last place. That's my team. And I've never, Priscilla, you hit some stuff on the head that my brother and I kind of talked about on our show last night. Why do Dodger fans want our own guys to fail? It never made sense to me when Dodger fans want to root against our own guys. I've never understood that philosophy. Yeah, Kyle Tucker's struggling, and you can see it in his face. And is he making $60 million a year? Yeah. Is he making more money than any of us would ever make? Absolutely. But he's still a human being, and he's still going through stuff. And we don't know what's going on. Is family life good? Is something going on there? Is he not feeling? You just don't know. Like, people don't realize these guys are human beings also. And it's easy to jump on your phone and to tweet out stuff. I can't stand Kyle Tucker. Why do we have him? Let's bring up Jose De Paula. And I'm going to jump on a little soapbox here, and we bring him up. And what do Dodger fans like to do with prospects? They beg for him to come up. When they don't hit, what happens? They want him back down. So it's like, Dodger fans, be a fan of Kyle Tucker. He's our guy. He's our right fielder. Dave Roberts is not going to go away from Kyle Tucker. So let's just be ready for that. So back to your original comment. Sorry, I jumped on a soapbox there. From a coaching standpoint, Dave Roberts is going to be a Hall of Famer is because Dave Roberts understands players and when they're going through things. And I bet you sure Dave Roberts is frustrated with them. If you listen to Dodger broadcasts, they give you little tidbits here and there. Like Dave's talking to him and bringing him in. Like Dave cares about the guy. Like Dave knows we need Kyle Tucker to do well. And I'll end on this. I love Oral Hershiser. Kyle Tucker, he says this all the time. The back of his baseball card is what Kyle Tucker is. And you guys have all said it. Kyle Tucker's going to hit. And if it's not this year, it's going to be next year, whatever. But I have faith in Kyle Tucker. I have faith when these playoffs roll around, Kyle Tucker's going to get a big-time hit. And then all these guys that are bashing on him, all of a sudden you watch, they're going to be Kyle Tucker fans. But why I wanted to be on your guys' show so much, because you guys say the same things I say. Man, go for our team, root for our team, be Dodger fans, bleed Dodger blue. I bleed Dodger blue. Love it, Priscilla. You nailed it on the head. I love it.
Absolutely, 100%.
It took a long time. My apologies.
You're fine. And I think, anyone who puts on the Dodger blue, we just need to support. It's just a non-negotiable in that matter. So if Tucker gets going, that'll obviously help the lineup a lot. But the other part of this team that still has everyone a bit nervous is the bullpen. Now, Sam, we'll come to you. I know we touched on this a little bit earlier, but the bullpen has been one of the biggest stress points lately. Even when the Dodgers win, it does feel like it can get uncomfortable pretty fast. What is your biggest concern with them right now, and what should they do moving forward?
Yeah, I think, like I said, my biggest concern is their inability to get that third out without giving up any runs. the walks lately. Most of the walks that they've been giving up also have been the runs that have been scoring the most. So when they get that first, especially the leadoff guy, right, that's really killing us is the walks. So I would say that the main thing is that we really need to hone in on the command. I think I've been preaching this for a while now is I love strikeouts for starting pitchers, but when it comes to bullpen guys and closers, I could care less about your strikeout rate. I want you to get the outs as quickest as possible with the softest contact as possible. I think that we've inflated the necessity of strikeouts way too much. I think the best thing to do as a bullpen person is limit your pitch count, because either you get out of the inning quicker or you can be used in another inning, right? So in this coming series with the Pirates, I want to see some better pitch command, and I want to see lower pitch counts along with the starting pitchers as well. But we have, I think tomorrow Yamamoto, Saturday Skubal, Sunday Snell. So I think that those guys are going to be doing good. Pitch count was a little high in Colorado for obvious reasons, but those are my points with the bullpen. Just get the third out unscathed, stay in the zone, lower your pitch count.
Check out that rock on Samantha's finger. Holy cow.
You guys, that is so funny. Yes, I'm a very lucky girl.
Good for you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Love that. So, no, 100% agree. I think keeping the pitch count down will be really important for them moving forward. And how much of this is just fatigue from the schedule? We'll go to you, Bobby.
I'm sorry. I was thinking about the rock on Samantha's finger. What was the question again?
So how much of this, I guess, the bullpen struggle has been as a relation
fatigue
of the schedule and fatigue? Yeah.
I think we're in the dog days of summer. We had a really good June. July, we started out okay, and then it's starting to fall apart a little bit. So, yeah, we are a little fatigued. It would be nice to maybe get Robleski in there for like a few innings of relief. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but we just brought somebody back up, and I can't remember his name. Anyway, we got some arms that.
I think you're talking about Emmett Sheehan.
Yeah, Emmett Sheehan, and I think
River Ryan Phillips.
No,
right?
no. Oh gosh.
Oh, Brock Stewart.
Brock Stewart. Yeah. So yeah, and Brock Stewart did an amazing job the other night. He held down the game for us. So yeah, I think we got some fresh arms now. So we should be okay. We should be building up some momentum going into September and October. So I'm feeling okay. I'm feeling really positive about our chances to if not maybe hold down the second seed. Let's go for the first seed. I mean, Milwaukee, I believe, lost last night. The Mariners got a little revenge for getting their asses beat 22-0. So yeah, I would love to see the Dodgers get back that number one seed.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that would be very crucial for the postseason. And Coach, we'll come to you. When a bullpen's struggling, how much does confidence matter compared to their stuff and their command?
Yeah, I mean, you guys are talking about all great stuff. I mean, I think the bullpen is the bullpen. What you're seeing right now is not what you're going to see in the playoffs. Like if Yamamoto, Snell, Glasnow, Skubal, and they go 6-7 right every night on a great night, that means you've got 7, 8, 9, or 8, 9 to think about. And if you've got Roki, Sheehan, Robo down there, you got Evan Phillips, Eduardo, Jack Dwyer, Vesia. I mean, I think Dave is going to be really strategic about how he's going to use that bullpen rather than right now where he's throwing guys out there, seeing how things are going to work. And you never know. Edwin might come back. Confidence in the bullpen. I think, you listen to these guys talk when, pregame with Kristen Watson, and they all talk about we're going through ups and downs. We're still real positive. We know what we can do. We know who we are as a bullpen. I think the Dodgers have been overworked a little bit, the bullpen. And Sam, you hit it on the top of your head. I mean, like, limit the pitch count. Like, why are we come in and we get a quick out and then it's like we walk, or we bring in a guy and he walks a guy immediately. And that's like a death sentence by walking a guy. And then you got to figure that out. It's just, I think Dave is going to be way more strategic when the playoffs roll around than what he's doing right now. But I think the bullpen is confident. I think they might just be a little overworked, fatigued. We've got a lot of injuries. Guys are bouncing back and forth. I mean, look at when I worked for Oklahoma City, when we're up in the press box, it's amazing. Like, they're working on roster changes immediately because so-and-so was brought up and so-and-so's coming back down. And I think it's all going to smooth out when the playoffs get around here. And I think the Dodgers have been masterful with how they work the IL and with the way they work the bullpen. And I'm hoping when the playoffs roll around, we're going to be firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, absolutely. I think hopefully everyone's got their role pretty well understood come the postseason. And I guess that's what September is for as well, to be prepared for that. And yeah, when we talk bullpen, obviously we'll need to talk Edwin Díaz because his latest injury update changes the entire late inning picture again. Priscilla, we'll come to you on this. Edwin Díaz is on the injured list with neck inflammation, and the MRI sounds like the best case scenario because there was no structural damage. But the performance before the IL move was already a concern. So how do you read the situation, and where are you at with this?
I think I kind of discussed this earlier it's not ideal for any of our pitchers to get injured, especially from the bullpen when we need to rely on them to simply close the game that we're already winning. But I think it showed us what we can do if it is that there are movements in the bullpen, and bringing Tanner Scott in as a closer as opposed to Edwin Díaz, who was already struggling the last couple of games prior to that. It just showed us what I think that Coach had hit on the head earlier, that Dave Roberts is kind of just seeing and making moves right now to see what he's going to do with those moves and with the knowledge of those moves that he's doing now in October. So as I always say, they're already playing for October. We just don't see it because what they're doing is getting their statistics and taking their notes. But all those notes are going to be their key plays and factors and everything going into September and October. So as far as Edwin Díaz, yes, it's unfortunate what is happening, but it does give us an answer as to the potential changes that need to happen for us to just be able to close the game out.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. Do you think, I don't know. Yeah, no. So do you think the struggles, I'll leave this open to anyone, do you think the struggles have been more health related, mechanical, or possibly even confidence related?
I would say it's a little bit of all of the above, but also these guys are tired. The constant injuries, I'll give an example that's not the bullpen. Let's talk about Pages. Pages came in and he was hot at the beginning of this season. They were calling him the best player in the MLB. He was the hottest in the NL. And then it seems like Teo's kind of maybe slacking or having some issues in the outfield. And then so is Kyle Tucker. And then here comes Andy Pages, maybe feeling like he's got to, take care of both a little bit and what's happening to him when he walks up to the plate. Now he's got that on his shoulders. So, in retrospect, when you're talking about the bullpen, it's the same thing. They're carrying others on their back, for example. And then I want to point out Alex Vesia. Last year, Alex Vesia went through one of the toughest times in his life, which we don't have to get specific about. Fans know, they know. That anniversary is right around the corner. Those nearing dates, those very important dates, they're right around the corner. So those are other things that we have to take into consideration. Yes, a lot of it is on the field, but most of it is up here.
Can I touch on something that maybe you guys, like, I thought about this a lot. Major League Baseball didn't do the Dodgers any favor. So the All-Star game was in Philadelphia. They play New York. They play Philadelphia. They play New York. They fly all the way back across the country, play Seattle, Boston, then fly back to Chicago, then to Arizona. That wears on you. I mean, that's a long time on the road. Major League Baseball, it doesn't make any sense to me why you play New York, go to Philly, then go back and play the Mets. It didn't make any sense to me. And you're talking about the fatigue. Yeah, the Dodgers are fatigued. I mean, that's a tough stretch to start off after the All-Star break, and let alone those guys were there for the All-Star break for a week. So yeah, I think it plays into a lot. I mean, the Vessia thing, the injury, the fatigue. I think you guys all, again, why Blue Dynasty is one of the best out there. You guys kill it on all the comments you're making. It makes a lot of sense to me. Like all of you guys are saying stuff that I think. I love it. So I mean, yeah, you guys have all hit stuff spot on the head about the Dodgers. You guys are awesome. Just want to make sure everybody knows that they're awesome.
No, you're awesome too.
You're awesome, Coach.
Yeah.
Love that. Yeah, and I guess if Edwin Díaz were to come back, where would you put him in? Like, what role would you put him in? Again, I'll leave this open to anyone, Sam or Bobby, if you guys want to intervene on this.
I would start him off very slow again. And if, giving him some slow starts, I would love to not have him pitch in the ninth. I would love to see him, if he's going to pitch, 7-8. Give us an extra inning or two to get some runs if he does blow the lead, right? So I would see him coming in earlier, maybe an inning or two. But right now, Edwin Díaz is not on my October bingo card. Could that change within the next 4 to 6 weeks? Absolutely. But we all know how his health has been this last year, considering he also had that nanoscopic procedure. So, like I said, right now, I'll never root against a Dodger like we're talking about. I love my boys in blue. I always want them to do good. But the facts are the facts. And right now, I do not see Edwin Díaz being on the postseason closing role, at least right now.
Yeah. I would even have him I agree with Sam. I would have him as a setup man and see how he does there. Can he get his confidence back up? If he stays consistent in that role, move him back up to a closer just in case Tanner Scott struggles. And because I would hate to have Timmy Trumpets just sit out game after game after game. And because I love the energy. I want to go to a Dodger game sometime and hear that music coming out and feel that energy from all the fans. So and that, I'm sure that's what builds Edwin Díaz up and gets him hype. We should all have our own little hype music. Of course, mine would be something like Van Halen or something like that. But yeah. And we could talk about that on another. What music would hype you up before a show or whatever? So yeah, Edwin Díaz definitely a setup man. Even if you want to do a bullpen game, have him start. See how he does there. So yeah, that's what I would do.
Yeah, absolutely. We shouldn't have to worry about a bullpen game, at least in October.
No,
but
hopefully not.
Yeah, hopefully not. But yeah, I completely agree. Well, obviously with Díaz out, the ninth inning has to belong to somebody, and it looks like it's going to be Tanner Scott, and it could well be for the rest of the season. Let's go to you, Coach. With Díaz on the IL, Dave Roberts said that Scott's basically the best and most consistent reliever right now. And are you comfortable with him being the closer? And also, how hard is it to move a reliever in and out of a ninth inning closing role?
I mean, okay, so he's got 18 saves right now, a 2.28 ERA. I mean, here's something I took down because I knew we were going to talk about this. What I like about Tanner Scott right now, lefties are hitting 183 and right-handers are hitting 203 right now against him. That's pretty good for a closer. Priscilla, I think you're right. You said Dave Roberts is already planning for October. I mean, I would really love to see you talked about maybe Edwin Díaz in the seventh inning. I mean, if the Dodgers as much grief as they take about being too analytically driven, their dossier is probably, we don't know what's going on, but like Edwin Díaz, if he is going to be on the roster, they're going to set Edwin Díaz up to face 3 guys in an inning that Edwin Díaz is going to be comfortable about facing. I don't think Dave Roberts, I think you guys are right. Tanner Scott's going to be the closer. They're not going to throw Edwin Díaz into a moment that I don't think he can handle right now this year. I mean, Edwin Díaz has been regarded as one of the best in the game, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe this is not the year for him. I mean, we all are rooting for him. You said Van Halen. I guess mine's Counting Crows, so I don't know. Maybe I'm
okay.
I don't even maybe knows Counting Crows on this board, but
I would have said Midnight Oil because you look like the lead singer from Midnight Oil.
Okay, I don't know about. I don't. Okay, but
Get a guarantee
Priscilla and
contract,
Sam, you guys, Priscilla and Sam, you guys, I think you guys are spot on. I think Edwin Díaz is not going to be a closer in the playoffs. I think Tanner Scott is, and I think Edwin Díaz will be used situationally in the right way.
Yeah, and I think that's fair enough. I mean, we look at Tanner Scott 12 months ago. He didn't throw one pitch in the postseason. So, and
Yeah.
we got by just fine. Roki came in, played his role, and then if that didn't work out, someone came in and played their role. So, I think we've got more than enough arms to figure it out. Sam, we'll come to you. Does Tanner Scott coming in the ninth calm people down?
I think so. I think so. I'd rather just watch Tanner Scott walk out of the bullpen than hear Tommy Trumpets playing as of right now. And it kind of like when Diaz came out, it was kind of like when Kenley Jansen started coming out towards the end of his time with the Dodgers. I was like, oh please just get 3 outs. So yeah, I think that BBL, big bad lefty Tanner Scott is going to step right into this position. We are relying a lot on our young guys this year, dude, with all of the health issues that we've been going. I mean, look at Rushing, look at Robleski, look at like all of these young dudes who've come up, and it goes to show you the depth that this Dodgers, not only the team, but the organization as a whole has, right? So yeah, I think Tanner Scott's going to definitely be in that 9th inning. And luckily we have a load of pitchers who can go into those bullpen roles too. I know I said I don't want to see Ohtani start in the postseason, but what I would love to see him do is maybe come in as a bullpen role, or maybe him and Glasnow can do a tag team on, one of the postseason games too. So, yeah, I'm not too worried now in the 9th inning, because Dreyer, when he would come into the 9th inning too, I was also very like, ooh, I don't know if that's the spot that Jack Dreyer needs to be in, considering he's also had some struggles in this second half of the season. So Tanner Scott, BBL, he's going to do great, and he will be the closer in the postseason.
Yeah, absolutely. Completely agree. So yeah, now that we've gone through the bullpen picture, let's look ahead to the next series. The Pirates are coming to Dodger Stadium, and game one has a pretty interesting matchup. We've got Yamamoto taking the mound against Bubba Chandler, and then Screwball is lined up for Saturday. What are you watching most in this Pirates series? We'll come to you, Priscilla.
Sorry, I'm still sniffling, so the question was a little choppy for me. Can you repeat it?
Yeah, so obviously Pittsburgh coming in. What are you watching most in this series?
Oh, I want to see their momentum keep going. They definitely have started one. They're definitely picking up on those bats and those swings, getting on bases and getting across home plate. Finally, it's what we've been wanting. I think that they're going to take that into this series, and I think they're going to do great.
Absolutely. 100%. And come to you, Coach. I guess, well, I'll ask you a different question. Which Pirate worries you the most?
You guys that have been to the games recently, like you would tell this firsthand, but I want to see the Dodgers play well at home. I mean, they have not played well at home, and that surprises me because Dodger fans are the best. I mean, we sell out, beautiful place to play. You would think they feel comfortable. Yeah, I want to see. I mean, how cool is this? Yamamoto, Skubal, and Snell. I mean, that's baseball royalty right there in terms of pitching. I would like to see them. I'd like to see them go deep into the games, and I would like to see what Dave's going to do coming out of the bullpen. That's what I want to see. But I just want to see the Dodgers play well at home. It used to be like Dodgers are at home. All right, we're going to take 2 out of 3. And you guys know this as well as I. I mean, if you take 2 out of 3, you're going to win a World Series, right, every time. I want to see the Dodgers protect our Chavez Ravine, and that's what I want to see. And you're right. Will the momentum carry into Dodger Stadium? We don't need to go and backtrack and then have to go on the road, and you've got Atlanta and Detroit. Those are big series. So let's play well at home.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we all want to see that, especially for Kyle Tucker as well. And Sam, we'll come to you. What are you looking for in this series? And are you more interested in Yamamoto on Friday or Scooble's taking them out on Saturday?
I can't even choose between those two. I mean, Yamamoto is my guy. I will be a ride or die Yamamoto girl forever. So I'll be at the game on Friday. I didn't even know he was going to pitch, so I'm so excited. I don't think I've ever seen Yamamoto pitch at home live, so that'll be exciting. But the other thing for Skubal, he obviously is one of the best pitchers in baseball, 2-time Cy Young Award. But lately, with his last few starts, his pitch count has been extremely high. I think he's gone, 5 or 6 innings, right? But he's pitching like 90 to 100 pitches per outing. So, Yamamoto, I'm excited. I think he's going to be doing really well. He's going to dot the corners. He's going to carve them up. I say he'll go about 6 innings with, I'm going to say 7 strikeouts, maybe 1 earned run. And then for Skubal, I really, really do want to see him go that 6 innings, but I would like to see his pitch count somewhere, even if it's in the 80 to 90 range, I'd be okay with it. So want to see that lower. And then obviously for the offense, I want to see Kyle Tucker stay hot, Mookie Betts stay hot, Max Muncy stay hot. Freddie Freeman got out of his extra base hit drought too. Teoscar Hernandez, I'd like to see a lot more hustle from him on the field and when he's running the bases. Catcher Hunter Fiducia and Ben have been doing really well. Would like to see them keep hitting the ball as well. So I think this is the perfect series for them to start ramping up their energy again, get going, because they are going to need to be on it for the next series in Atlanta. So, they got easy with the Rockies coming out of that hard losing streak, got the sweep in the Rockies. Now they're at the mid-tier, and next week will be the hard level. So excited to see how they perform with their backs up against the wall these next few series.
Absolutely. And Bobby, how are you feeling ahead of this series?
I'm feeling pretty good. I mean, as long as we don't face Paul Skeens, we might have to. But yeah, we historically don't do very well against Paul Skeens, but I like our chances. I think that we should take at least 2 out of 3 from the Pirates. That should give us some more momentum heading forward. I'm feeling really positive, and I like what the direction that we're heading now. Like I said before, on Sunday we had the same record that we did last year, and all the Dodger fans were piling on. Oh, we're fire Dave Roberts and whatnot. We're not even going to make the playoffs, whatever. We did just fine. We won the back-to-back World Series championships. So, and yeah, it's just like Alana Rizzo said, just don't panic, just pump the brakes, we're going to be fine.
Yeah, absolutely. So since we're already looking ahead to the Pirates series, let's make some predictions in our favorite segment for Game 1 on Friday. It is time to call your shot.
It's time to call your shot.
Awesome. Let's head around the room. Coach, we'll start with you. We'd just like to call our shot for the opening game of the series.
I heard somebody's already going to say this name, so I'm not going to say it. So let's get good vibes. Our man Teo's going to come through. I see him coming through, and that's my shot.
Awesome. Love that. Priscilla, we'll come to you next.
Oh man, like I said earlier, I feel like Pajes has been carrying a little bit of the outfield. I want nothing more but for Teo and Kyle Tucker to pick it up, get their numbers up, and do well. But I also love my boy Andy Pajes. I am calling him for my shot for tomorrow's game.
Yeah, love that. And Sam, we'll come to you.
I'll let Bobby go before me because I already know I'm choosing the same guy as he is. So, Bobby, you go before me, and then I'll say what I expect from him.
Yeah, but before I say Kyle Tucker, I just want to say you don't know the battle that somebody else is fighting in their minds. We don't know how the pressure has affected Kyle Tucker. We don't know whether he was sleeping well. And like I said before, pressure affects everyone differently, and we just need to get behind Kyle Tucker. I expect him to have a great series and a great rest of the season. So yeah, I'm going to keep saying Kyle Tucker until he gets it.
Absolutely. And I'm assuming that was your shot, Sam.
All right, yeah, I'm also going with Kyle Tucker. I don't know if you guys have heard, it's going around social media that tomorrow at his first at bat, everybody wants to give him a standing ovation at
Yeah.
home, which I
Yep.
think is way overdue and much needed. So, I don't know, when you go to Dodger Stadium and everybody's just on that frequency, it's almost like you're in another dimension. Like you're not even on Earth, you're like actually floating in the air with everyone else in the stadium, right? So I really think that the fans are going to bring it for Kyle Tucker tomorrow. It's going to give him some life. And I think Kyle Tucker is going to start finally heating up. I don't need him to hit home runs like crazy. Singles, doubles, I'll take it. But I'm going with my guy, Kyle Tucker, as well.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to have to go the same. I just think it's perfect timing. And whenever the big challenge comes, like that is always a turning point for most athletes out there. And well, anything in your life, you have to go through that big challenge in order to overcome something and get to the brighter side on the other side and get that reward. Awesome. So for those at home, don't forget you can call your shot before every Dodgers game by visiting Blue Dynasty on social media. Drop your prediction before first pitch, and if you call it right, you could be highlighted the next day on the Blue Dynasty social media pages across all platforms. That's all we have time for today. Big thank you to Coach Berokoff for joining us. You can follow Coach at Coach Berokoff and follow his Ravine Rundown at Ravine Rundown. Coach, we really appreciate your time and insight, so thank you again. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you do not miss our next episode. We aim to get one out every single week. You can also follow Blue Dynasty on Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok, and listen to Blue Dynasty Unplugged wherever you get your podcasts. Don't forget to follow our Blue Dynasty contributors, Priscilla at Bleed Blue Bay, Bobby at Dodger Man Games, and Sam at Sammy B 23 and also at the Dodger Buzz. I'm George at the Aussie Dodger. Thanks again for joining us. And remember, we are more than a nation. We're a mother effing dynasty, baby. We'll see you all next week. Let's go.